Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're going to take a look at a Kershaw product that is not a knife, but this is a handy, neat little tool, so I wanted to showcase it on my channel. This is the Kershaw PT-1. Here's a closer look at it. This is mainly a flat pry bar. As you can see, there is no curve to the stainless steel metal, and this pry bar is, although very short, it is quite thick. As usual, specs in the description box below, but this is mainly a flat pry bar tool right there. Now, this portion can be used as a scraper. If you have a bit of old tape that's left behind and you need to scrape that off, a lot of guys will use their pocket knife or their tactical folder, and you get that tape on the blade, that gunk. That is a pain in the neck to clean off. This makes it a lot easier. Now, this is mostly a stout, rather thick pry bar, but this portion can be used as a scraper. You have the ubiquitous bottle opener right here, which is pretty much a must-have thing on every single keychain tool nowadays. Yeah, there's like some sort of federal law or something that says must have a bottle opener feature. Obviously not, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. It's a little hard to find a good keychain multi-tool that doesn't incorporate a bottle opener feature. Now, the shape of the front makes it look as though you might be able to use it as a can opener, and indeed, this portion here and here are both quite sharp. But no, this is a bottle opener. Although, since this portion here and here are sharp and the top one is actually sharper than the bottom, you could turn this around and use it to open up boxes. Yep, this will zip through tape on sealed boxes, and that could be handy for you if you work in a warehouse and it's one of those weird places that have a zero tolerance policy against weapons, and unfortunately that includes your box cutter. So this is at least one good solution. Yep, zips right through packing tape. And here in the middle, with a bunch of correct facing lowercase as well as upside down K's. Yeah, that's a little weird. These are the very thin black plastic handle scales. You've got them on both sides, and they're held in place with T6 torx screws, as you can see. Now, underneath the handle scales is just an oval hole, similar to this lanyard hole, only a little bit longer. I'm not going to take this off because it definitely feels better in the hand with these handle scales. Now on the other side you have the same thing. Not quite sure if you can see that. Come on, camera, focus. Focus. Okay, it's not focusing, but right down here it says China in very small lettering. As usual, specs in the description box below. This is a tool made in China. It does come with this keyring attached to the lanyard hole, and this is a flat screwdriver. Now, if you're someone who likes to carry traditional pocket knives that are slip joint and that use a very heavy slip joint mechanism, you can use this on the nail nick in order to open up your traditional pocket knife. Now, this screwdriver feature, and that's mainly what it is, a flat screwdriver feature. The only bad thing about it is if you have a bunch of keys on your keyring, they're going to interfere with its use. If you have only a couple of keys, it probably won't be an issue, but a bunch of keys could get in the way using this feature. Now, officially, Kershaw only lists 4 tools. As I mentioned, you can use this little guy for other things as well. The scraper, box cutter, pocket knife opener. So that's 3 additional tools that Kershaw does not list as part of the official tools on this guy. Officially, you've got your flat pry bar. Now, this is not a screwdriver. You've got the screwdriver here, you've got the lanyard hole, and you've got the bottle opener. Yep, those are the 4 official features of this particular non-moving keychain multi-tool. Pry bar, bottle opener, flat screwdriver, lanyard hole. Personally, I don't consider a lanyard hole a feature. It's a nice way to help you carry the tool, and you're going to want to make use of that lanyard because, like I said, this is sharp and this is sharp, and this is actually sharper than this. I mean, you won't cut yourself, obviously, but if you just toss this into a pocket after a few days, I can see both of these points eating away at your pocket lining. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you're going to put your keys on here and maybe hang it from a belt loop, yeah, shouldn't be a problem at all. Now, this particular tool, the Kershaw PT-1, has been around for about 3 years, I believe. Not 100%. It's definitely been around for a while. And yeah, would this be considered TSA safe? Well, again, there's no blade feature anywhere on this tool. You could try taking it on board an airplane by having it attached to your keys and tossing it into that bowl that they offer you as you're passing through. And maybe a TSA agent will take a look at it and he'll be like, well, what's this? Oh, that's it's a multi-tool. It has no knife feature. So maybe this will be TSA safe or TSA compliant, maybe. But the good news is if they take it away from you, the really nice thing is that you probably won't cry about it. As useful as this little guy is, I mean, there's one thing I really do want to talk about when it comes to the EDC community, when it comes to small, handheld, or keychain carried titanium pry bars, we are talking prices that top out at hundreds of dollars. I am not even joking. As someone who has a titanium pry bar collection myself, you guys would be amazed at the prices I've seen. Like I've said in a previous video, maybe I'll show a few of those off. But yeah, in the EDC community, a large segment of individuals have gone absolutely crazy over custom or semi-custom made titanium pry bars at prices going up to literally hundreds of dollars, not even joking. And some of those titanium pry bars are literally just titanium pry bars. They don't even have a bottle opener feature on some of them. So, I mean, my collection of titanium pry bars, I haven't gone that insane. But, yeah, the nice thing with this particular tool is you get a really nice pry bar. And I'll admit, this does look like it's titanium. It has that light gray finish that would make people think, oh, that's titanium. Nope, this is steel. This is steel, but surprisingly, it doesn't weigh quite as much as what you would expect a small, thick, stout steel pry bar to weigh. This is definitely more lighter in weight than what you would expect for something this thick made out of steel. The jimping up here, that's just for show. It doesn't really do anything to help you hold on to it. And this is a very short tool. You might be thinking, well, maybe I can get 2 fingers on it. Keep in mind, if you put this with your keys, you're going to have keys this way. So when you wrap your hand around this, you're wrapping your hand around the tool, the key ring, and the other keys on the other end of the key ring. So that's going to increase its functionality. But getting back to what I was saying about titanium pry bar prices, yeah, little insane. Maybe more than a little. But the really nice thing about this little guy, as useful and pragmatic as this thing is, you can get this, your very own EDC keychain carried pry bar that's actually useful as a pry bar because it definitely has the thickness, a flat, very useful steel pry bar that doesn't weigh as though it's made out of steel. Price, $5. Yep, this handy tool is just $5. So if the TSA agent says, I'm sorry, you cannot bring that on board the plane, I'm going to have to confiscate it, you've lost $5. That's all you've lost. Literally $5. And this guy, I can definitely tell you, as someone who has a titanium pry bar collection, this little guy right here, more pragmatic than most of those. Definitely. More pragmatic, more useful than most of the ones out there costing hundreds of dollars just for one. So This is a really nice, neat, awesome little tool. I mean, honestly, the weight on this guy is 0.8 ounce. That's right, 0.8 ounce. This is steel. This is stout. It's relatively thick. This is actually maybe twice as thick as some of the titanium keychain carried tools that I've seen for sale. And you need that thickness if you're actually going to use this as a pry bar. So this is not a keychain toy. This is something for those who need its features. Very useful, very handy. Now I do want to touch on one thing. Kershaw also makes a PT-2. I would stay away from that. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know what Kershaw was thinking when they came out with the PT-2. Imagine something that has this on one end, and on the other end, something similar but sharper facing the opposite direction. You've got this on one end, something similar but sharper facing the opposite direction, and this is hollowed out to be used as a wrench. And there's a few other features tossed on as well. The thing looks, to me anyway, personally speaking, this is just my personal opinion, the PT-2 looks like a mess and a disaster. One of the ugliest keychain multi-tools I have ever seen. Just horrendously awful. Sometimes less is definitely more. And when you take a look at the PT-1 right here and you compare it to the PT-2, you realize exactly what that expression, sometimes less is more, actually means. This is a practical, pragmatic, small keychain tool. The PT-2 is just a disaster. Please stay away from that one. So, yeah. Let me give you guys a couple of more close looks at this. Now, this part here, not sharp. This, very sharp, slightly less sharp. And of course, the bottle opener feature down here is a little sharp. But yeah, this is the Kershaw PT-1. And it is highly recommended. Very pragmatic, practical, flat, short, stubby pry bar tool. If you're looking for something like that, don't even bother with those custom or semi-custom titanium pry bar keychain tools. Honestly, I'll let you in on a secret. Most of those are just keychain toys. This is the real thing. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please continue to stay safe. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.